Son for this wisdom and knowledge. That is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kodash, as well as the double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS Great Wisdom. That is truth of it, and a sincere shalom to the rest of the elders in Akim around the globe, bringing this word in sincerity, truth, and diligence. This is my first time using my handheld Bluetooth, so I'm not sure if the audio is going to come in or not, but I figured I'd just do a live little quick hit for edification purposes, put some works out before I head to the plantation. And you can see the view. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's a beautiful place. You can see the mountains in the background, the palm trees. It's a little overcast and cloudy today, but there's still perpetual sunlight out here. It's over 300 days of sunlight. Yet you look at the areas where Judah, so-called blacks, dwell, and it looks like straight hell. And not only the areas look fucked up, but the people of Judah, in particular the men and the women they destroyed too, look even more through. And it shows you, even though our people can be in some of the nicest dwellings, places on the planet that the planet has to offer, whether it be Florida, Venezuela, Texas, Panama, Argentina, Nigeria, you name it, the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, are still on the necks of our people, and we still suffering under those curses. Let's get 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten and fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? And that's the spirit, because right now from the view you can see, you see a so-called Asian restaurant right in front. Either if it might be a Moabite or an Ammonite restaurant, it's a so-called Korean barbecue sushi place, and these guys be putting in straight business. They probably making over $1 million a year. You know, these heathens, you got a Chinatown in Vegas, you got a Chinatown in LA, you got a Chinatown in Boston, you got a Chinatown in New York, you got Chinatowns in almost every country in South America. These heathens have become lords over the children of Israel. Who are the children of Israel? The descendants today, which would be the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Yet the people that the Lord has chosen are the most impoverished and fucked up on all sides. You know, we living in the worst conditions of all these cities you see today, which goes back to our disobedience with the Heavenly Father. And not only that, but he's truly stricken the men. This is really hell on earth for the Israelite men, because the women, the scriptures say, give not a woman liberty to get abroad. But I got all types of female family members who they be going on cruises to Europe and Aruba. They have the liberty to travel and do whatever the fuck they please. You see that out here in Las Vegas on Fremont Street in the Strip. These women have liberty to get abroad. But Jake's pockets ain't really like that. We can't really travel here and there, and that just shows you the curses that we're currently under. And let's go continue on these heathen, because right now we have a lot of turmoil. That third woe is brewing up, World War III, and these Moabites or the Edomites over out in Russia think that they're up next, but really it's the children of Israel, the true underdogs, who are going to be the next to rule forever. This is Psalms 49 verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And we see that here in Babylon the Great America. Esau, Edom, we know through the scriptures, he covets the fields and takes them by violence. That's why you got a Mount Rushmore with all those Edomite devils posted up on the mountains, you know, and that's symbolic, because mountains too are referred in the scriptures as the government. You got the so-called founding sodomite fathers of America posted up with their faces on the mountains. These heathen nations, they, especially starting with Esau, Edom, he's the pirate who covets these lands and then names them after himself. You got your Washington D.C., Columbia, Columbus, all these lands that Esau has put his name on, and he's captured them. How did he get those lands? By nothing but wickedness, lies, and bloodshed, especially on the children of Israel. Continuing on, let's go to because this isn't, the Heavenly Father isn't going to have us suffer here on the earth that he made for our sakes forever. This is a temporal punishment. But pretty soon, Esau, Edom, his ass kicking is just beginning. He gonna get that too. This is Second Esdras, going back to Second Esdras. This is gonna be Second Esdras, the 6th chapter. Second Esdras 6, verse 9. For Esau, you so-called WHITE people, who are currently in the rulership of the planet, it's undeniable. Second Esdras 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And the scriptures clearly also say how the Heavenly Father, he loved Jacob, but he hates Esau. And that shows you the Heavenly Father gave everyone a time to rule, even the children that he hates. He created an enmity of himself. He still gave them a time to rule, but that time is rapidly coming to an end. The righteousness will be risen up. Salakia. Okay. Still going. But yeah, you can see it's the Valley of Las Vegas. It's beautiful out here, man. But at the end of the day, our people are the most broke and stricken and fucked up out here. Let me fix this. Okay. Alright, hopefully that stays. Let's continue on. I'm gonna get Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, the 3rd chapter, speaking because Jacob is the beginning of the world that followeth, and Esau is the end. After this third woe, World War III, Esau is going to go down in bitter flames, in bitter nuclear flames. And 2/3 of our people that wanted to follow after the wickedness of this man, they going to suffer, Lord willing, we are not of that punishment. They going to suffer that same judgment here in Babylon, the Great America. But after that, a kingdom of righteousness will be established, starting with Yahweh Shai, and on down to the 12 apostles and the 144,000 and the 1/3, the innumerable number that had faith and stood tall for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai under this devil's rulership. This is going to be Ecclesiasticus 3, verse 19. Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. And who are the meek? The Israelites, the poor, the lowly of the world, who don't own no businesses, don't have no type of industries, no car companies, no military like that. The meek right now are the children of Israel. But the Wadi Yahweh Yahweh Shai, he's revealed unto a certain number of men his secrets. So that's the faith that we have. Even though we see our people down bad and fucked up, but we have faith that this is going, our people are going to be restored once and for all. And this is a temporal punishment. It's not going to be like this forever. Psalms 37, verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in abundance of peace. And that's what we're really seeking for, not having to always stress out and go to the plantation and go make pennies on the dollar to go fulfill another man's enterprise, not having to be taxed to hell and back, not having your women be whores dressed like prostitutes out in the street and have the mindset of being for the streets, not having your family structure all destroyed. We have faith that this, once this man Esau Edom gets taken down, that we're going to go back into peace. Okay, let me close off on a couple more, speaking on the meek. us Israelites inheriting the earth, because the earth, going back to 2nd Ezra 6th chapter, if it was made for our sakes, how come we don't have an inheritance? We don't pass down nothing. We don't own no land. We don't even have no houses out here. I'm in an apartment. I'm in a weekly right now. You know what I'm saying? But these heathens, you should see. I used to do traveling security out in these streets. You should see how these heathens live. And this is just Vegas. I didn't see that in Boston. Seen that in San Diego. These heathen are living quite well. Oh, on the oppression and the labor of our backs. Matthew 5, verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And that's in red, Yahweh Shai speaking. Okay? And then let's close off on this, and then one of my favorite scriptures to lift me up in the spirit, which is going back into the Apocrypha, which is Baruch. The Lord spoke on how he placed us for our disobedience into a low state. But soon, all the people, all the heathen nations that done profited off our low state, they gonna see us get risen up, and the main enemy, Esau Edom, that done kicked our ass, he's going to be brought down low forever, and he's going to be cut off. This is Baruch, the 4th chapter, starting at verse 24. Like as now the neighbors of Zion, and that's the spirit right now. What's the next door house? Is this Moabite or this Ammonite restaurant? Those are these heathen nations are the neighbors of Zion. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh, for thine enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. And we see that in American history. You know, or you look up slavery, you see the Southern Kingdom, chiefly starting with Judah, up in chains. You don't see that with the so-called Jewish people. You don't see that with these other heathen nations. We've gone through several captivities, but this one in Babylon the Great, America, is the last one. Continuing, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he hath brought these plagues upon you, shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. Verse 30, take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. And what's comforting us right now is these scriptures, the knowledge that this punishment, this low estate that we're currently living in, even though the earth is beautiful and was made for our sakes, we don't have shit on this side, and we gotta see all of our enemies just dance around and moonwalk on top of us, while we're just, especially the Israelite man, Jake, is locked up in chains. But we know that's for our disobedience, but that's not gonna last forever. And we have the faith and seeing the prophecies being watchmen, where we're seeing the signs that Yahweh Shai is coming back. And the Lord willing, we be of that number, we be redeemed out of this hell and be the first ones beamed up into the kingdom that comes. Because if this is, look how beautiful the earth is in its running complete wickedness and chaos. Imagine what the kingdom's gonna be like of righteousness for the children that the Lord loves. Okay, this is just a quick hit. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.